This is the video for Assignment 76, Math Lesson 11.7, Surface Area. Now, surface area has to do with exactly what the words imply. It has to do with the area of a surface. And we're talking about prisms. Imagine that you're going to a birthday party and you have a birthday gift that you put into a box and you want to wrap that box up with wrapping paper. Well, the surface area is what you would calculate to figure out exactly how much wrapping paper do you need to wrap around that whole box. It has nothing to do with how much space is inside the box. It only has to do with the area of each of the sides. Okay, let's take a look at surface area of a rectangular prism. Now, a rectangular prism has 6 flat surfaces called faces. Okay, any prism is going to have 6 faces. It'll have a top and a bottom, a front and a back, and a left and a right side. Okay, every prism has 6 faces, no matter what shape the base is. The surface area of a rectangular prism is the sum of the areas of all 6 of its faces. So what that means is you would find the area of each face on the prism and add them all together. You can think of the 6 faces as 3 pairs of opposite parallel faces. Since opposite faces have the same area, you find the surface area of one face in each pair of opposite faces, then find the sum of these 3 areas and double the result. That's one way you can think of it. You know that the top and the bottom are equal. So you find the area of the top, that's also the area of the bottom. Same thing with the front and the back, they're the same. Same thing with the left side and the right side. They're the same. So really, you only have to find the area of one of those faces and then multiply it by 2 or add it twice. As long as you know the dimensions of your prism, you are able to find the surface area. Now, let's say you had to find the surface area of this rectangular prism. One thing you could do was you could actually make a list of the areas of each side, okay, list them out and then add them all together. Like the top here is 4 by 4, so the area would be 16. Well, I know the bottom is also going to be 16 because the opposite sides are the same. My front here is 6 by 4, so the area of the front is 24, and I know the back is also going to be 24. And then my sides are also 6 by 4, so they're 24 inches as well. I've got a left side and a right side. And I just add up all of those numbers. 16 plus 16 plus 24 plus 24 plus 24 plus 24. And the total is my surface area. Now, that's one way to do it. Just kind of make a list of the area of each side and add it together. Another way to think about it is to think about the net of that prism. If I were to imagine opening up my box and laying it flat, I can see all of the sides. Really then, all I have to do is find the area of this shape. Okay, the area of this shape is the same thing. The area of this net is the same thing as the surface area of the box. So if you prefer to think of it that way, you could, if you're presented with a problem like this, you could draw yourself a net. I went off the page there. I should have given myself more space. And I need that other flap. There's different ways that you could draw the net. I'm imagining that I'm going to fold up each of these sides, and then this will be my top. Okay, I could draw myself a net, and then I could use that to figure out the area of each piece. You're not always going to have a nice little video that will unwind it for you. Okay, and then all I need to do is find the area of each thing. So I've got the top and bottom. These are labeled so that I can remember where they came from. My top was 4 by 4. Okay, so the area of that is 16 square inches, and the bottom is the same. So I'm going to times it by 2. Okay, and I've got 32 square inches for the top and bottom parts. My sides were 4 by 6. Okay, the left side and the right side, they're the same. So they're both going to be 24. So if I times it by 2, I get 48 square inches. And my front and back are also the same, and they were 4 by 6 also. Oops, they don't want to work. There they go. Okay, so I've got 2 more at 4 times 6. So I get another 48 square inches. To get the surface area of the whole rectangular prism, I just have to add those together. 32 plus 48 plus 48. And it totals 128 square inches, or 128 inches squared. Okay, you can use your calculator for all of that. I do recommend that you actually write down, make it your list of areas for each piece, because one thing that's hard about surface area is it's hard to remember all of the pieces. And so really drawing yourself a net of the prism is a great idea, and then you can actually write in the area of each piece like this, and then just take your calculator and add this up. 16 plus 24 plus 24 plus 24 plus 16 plus 24. Okay, and that is one good way to make sure that you don't forget any of the sides. Remember, every prism has 6 faces. So you need to be adding up the area of each of the 6 faces, and that will give you the total surface area.